What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to do a video about Swiss Army knives. Lately I've been a little bit obsessed with Swiss Army knives, and maybe this video will get it out of my system. This video is going to be about the best Swiss Army knife for long distance hiking. I feel like I'm somewhat qualified to talk about this because I carried a Swiss Army knife on the Appalachian Trail and the Pacific Crest Trail. So let's get right into it. Backpackers are always concerned with weight, so obviously that's one of the first things I look at, but I didn't consider the small keychain size knives. These are all the 3.6 inch regular Swiss Army knives. One thing to be aware of with these knives, how they're made, and the weight in particular, is that they have a certain number of layers. The Spartan is a 2-layer knife. You can see there's basically 2 layers there. And the Climber and the Hiker are both 3-layer knives. And then the Huntsman, being the heaviest, is the 4, but it's got the wood saw. So just wanted to mention that. The other kind of toy I have on these is a fire starter in place of the toothpick. Or what have we got in here? Yeah, I've got the tweezers and the fire starter, and that's glow in the dark. Those are aftermarket items. Normally they just come with the tweezers, which they'll work in a pinch. And the lightest one I have is the Spartan. This knife's very Spartan. It has the large blade and the small blade, and you've got your standard can opener, top lifter, corkscrew. I have the little, have added this in there. That didn't come with the knife. That's a mini screwdriver. And then the punch. So this is the lightest one that I would consider, and because it still feels like a real knife, and you can still use it for carving and such. So the next in our lineup is the Hiker. Now both the Hiker and the Spartan have the wood scales, and I like those because I'm a forester, but you can get them the plastic ones, and the prices that I show are for the wood scales, so it's even cheaper if you want the plastic. This one's actually called the Hiker, so I had to buy this one, right? It's the only one out of the 4 that has a Phillips head screwdriver, which makes me think it might end up being my everyday carry. Also has the sewing awl. It's got the large and small blades, but the big feature on this one is the saw, and these are good wood saws on these knives. So this one has the saw. The next in our lineup is the Climber. I really like these. Large blade, small blade, and then my favorite tool on a Swiss Army knife is the scissors. So these scissors can be used for a lot of things. Cutting moleskin, treating your blisters, cutting the skin off the blisters, opening packages, trimming your nails. I use the scissors probably as much as the blades on these knives, so I like scissors. And it's got the bottle top lifter, can opener. It's got the corkscrew. By the way, corkscrews, I use these to untie knots, to clean my fingernails. I don't drink wine, but if somebody was gonna need a corkscrew, I got it. Anyway, the heaviest knife in our lineup is the Huntsman. This is actually the knife that I carried on, not this particular knife, but the Huntsman is what I carried on the AT and the PCT. It's got the large blade, the small blade, the scissors, which I think are one of the best tools, and it's also got the saw somewhere right there. So like I said, this is a good wood saw. Obviously good for firewood, or if you want to carve a tent stake. So here's your lineup. The Spartan, the lightest of our group. The Hiker brings a wood saw to the table. The Climber got you covered with the best tool, in my opinion, the scissors. And the Huntsman, who's got the best of both worlds, scissors and wood saw. Which will you choose? The wood scales versus the plastic. What you have to remember is with the traditional scales, you can get different colors, but they come with the tweezers and a toothpick, and you cannot put those into the wood ones because there's no hole for them. I still like the look of the wood. That's your lineup. As far as which one do I carry, I really, like I said, I like the scissors, so that's going to eliminate these two right off the bat. You're left with the Climber and the Huntsman. That's a toss-up. There's a little difference in weight, but I believe when I hike the Continental Divide Trail, I will probably have a Huntsman in my pack. Can't go wrong with any of these knives though. It's been fun talking about my Swiss Army knives with you. Got it out of my system, hopefully. If you have a Swiss Army knife and you want to talk about it, please leave a comment. Tell me what your favorite Swiss Army knife is. At the moment, like I said, it is the Huntsman for me, but my everyday carry is a Climber, a blue one. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.